date that I signed up, which is the 21st. Isn't that funny?
Oh, when you first signed up with me.
Yeah, I just looked that up a second ago when I was waiting for you to call back.
Right. So we're now on the broadcast, so we're recording this. So
Oh, okay.
on the 21st, and then you waited 3 days, and then you're like, hey, I know that you're doing this new thing. There's a lot of construction dust on your website, but I really want your help because New Year's is coming, and that's one of the best times to buy a car.
Right.
So
Right.
what were you thinking during that time before you even contacted me?
Well, I honestly thought, I hope this isn't a scam and I'm going to lose my, my 99 bucks or whatever it was that I paid.
Mm-hmm.
And all I was wanting is help, So truly, I had no reason to believe it was, real or fake. I just was hoping that it was real. So
right. When you read my pitch on the blog post, did you think that was? And I want you to be completely honest.
Absolutely, yeah.
You think it was too good to be true to be able to get a really nice car at such a low price?
I figured it was possible, but I didn't know that I could actually do it.
Right.
So yeah, that makes sense.
And you were driving at the time, 13-year-old, 150,000.
Yeah, 14-year-old Volkswagen Passat, which really I had no trouble with, but it was starting to go bad. So I wanted to move on and get something new before I had to be forced into that. So it was time
Right.
to go. Yeah.
So when you got the Passat, was the idea that you would drive it into the ground until you could no longer, before it started nickel and diming you?
Yeah. And actually, prior to the Passat, I had leased a Lexus SUV. And then when that lease was up, I turned it in for the Passat and just decided to buy it. I'm like, well, we'll just see how this goes. And when I leased my Lexus, that was several years ago. It was super expensive, and that's probably why I didn't release anything.
Right.
Yep.
So
before I met you.
When you think about leasing before you used my system, what were the things that really scared you off about leasing?
The price, and I always thought, well, what am I really getting for this? And is it kind of like I'm just renting this car every month? And I didn't think there was any negotiating room. That's basically it.
Oh, that's interesting. So when you got your lease on your Lexus, I'm going to bet that you didn't negotiate at all. You thought that
None.
You paid full price.
Yep. And that was what, probably 12 years ago, 13 years ago. And I remember my payments were like $560 a month.
$560 a month. Do you remember how much the car was? Was it like a 30, 40,000?
Yeah, it was expensive, but I don't remember. I mean, it was a nice ride. It wasn't that great once I got it, but.
Right. So when you came to me and you asked for my help, I jumped on it because that was part of the deal. Is I actually didn't write any of the tutorials. I just wanted someone to like scream, say, hey, listen, I really want your help here. You were the first one to do it. I jumped on it. Let me look at my notes. We have been going back and forth by email now for, it looks like, well, since it was 3 days after you signed up. So on so the day before Christmas.
Yep.
So it's basically been 2 weeks.
Yep.
All right. So let's get to the punchline, which is very exciting.
Yes.
What is sitting in your driveway right now?
Oh, gosh. It's a 2017 Infiniti Q50. What is it? A Premium Plus. Beautiful car.
With all the bells and whistles.
Everything. Heated steering wheel, my favorite. Remote start, everything.
And tell everyone how much you're paying per month for it.
I am paying $325 a month. That's including everything. That's my payment every month.
The only thing that you had to put into it was $180 for tags, right?
Correct. And then my first month's payment.
Right. So you basically yesterday walked into the dealership for the second time.
Yep.
To this day, you haven't met your salesperson, right?
No, I have.
Oh, you did?
Yep, I did. I met him when I did the test drive.
But since then you haven't met him. He didn't do negotiations, nothing like that.
Oh, no. I just saw him when I test drove a vehicle, and then when I picked my new car up. That was it.
Right. So there was no 5 hours to the dealership, no.
Yep.
You just
None of the stuff that everybody hates about buying a car. I didn't have to do this time. That's why it's been so fun.
in fact, 3 days ago, because I've been keeping notes all along the way, 3 days ago, you said this is actually fun.
No, it's amazingly fun. I mean, it's been a delight. It's been so much more fun. I usually am like, that's probably why I kept my Passat for so long, because I dreaded going and trying to find another car and negotiating, and I didn't want to pay over, a certain amount. Just so I was like, oh, how am I ever going to do this?
Mm-hmm. Now, people listening to this for the first time, they're going to be like, how in the world is getting into a car with a car dealership fun? Why is it fun?
Well, everything you've taught me is why it's fun is you negotiate everything via email. You don't sit in their office and waste your time as you're sitting there, and they whittle you down to like, okay, I'll just do anything to get out of here. So it's like I felt like I was completely in control the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you have at least two things that are going against you. Let's be honest about it. Okay. Clearly, you're a woman.
Yes.
Car dealers love to prey on women, whether it's right or wrong, fair or not. That's just the way it is.
Sure. Yep.
And the second thing, which I think is even worse, is that you were doing this by yourself.
Yep. 100%. Just
you didn't have anyone to help you out, no one to go with
None.
you.
No, and I could have asked friends, but I didn't.
Right.
Didn't need to, but yeah, it was just me.
So in the industry, they call you steak on the table because they're about to feast and sink their teeth into you and sell you a car and make the maximum amount of profit. And then they have the audacity at the end of this arduous process of saying, you know what, you really got a great deal from us when you really didn't.
Right.
So let's talk about the numbers. Let's get into it right now. I have written down that the MSRP on the car which is the sticker price, was $46,815.
Right.
Your residual value, since you're leasing the car, everything is based on the residual value. That is the amount that you will pay at the end if you want to keep the car. You can either trade the car in, or you can pay $23,875 when you trade it in.
Correct.
But the most important part is it's a 39-month lease. The reason why we chose 39 months is because there was an incentive from Infiniti to go for 39 months. Yep. And your payment is $325. It's actually less than that, but you have 6% sales tax in Iowa.
Yep.
And in Iowa is a state where you are only charged on the $300 and something principal and money factor payment. That's the interest payment. So it's only on that amount, which is the lowest amount. There are some states like Georgia and I believe Texas where they charge you on the entire purchase price, which would have been a lot more expensive.
Sure. Yep.
So you got $325, includes everything.
Yep.
I think we need to see what the car looks like. Can you do that?
Oh, of course. Hang on one moment here, please. Okay. Sorry, I don't want to. Okay, still there?
I am still there. Can you hear me?
Yes.
And if you want, you can flip the camera around if it'll help you.
Yep. Okay.
Now you're in Iowa, ridiculously cold this time.
Yes, it's like 12 degrees right now.
Oh my gosh, you have no jacket on.
No, I just threw a jacket on.
Okay. So this is clearly a brand new car. You said there was like 300 miles on it to begin with?
Right. I'm going to start it with my remote start real quickly here.
Are you showing off?
Maybe a little.
So show us if you can go in the car, let's see if the signal stays.
Okay.
Show us around. Tell us like what your favorite part of the car is.
Well, first of all, I love the speakers. Hang on just a second. I better turn it down. Okay. Can you see?
I can, yeah.
Oh, let's see. Here's the back seat. Let me show you that. Oops.
I thought for sure you're going to show us your favorite part.
Oh, what? The
heated steering
the
wheel.
heated steering wheel? It's probably making me sick here. Anyway, sorry.
That's all right. It looks great.
Yeah. This doesn't suck, I'll tell you. Okay. Yeah, the heated steering wheel is amazing, especially here. There's the navigation. This is the panel with all the settings, so I can go in and change everything. And let's see. I'll start it real quick. Now that you're in, it turns it on and everything's ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Has heated seats too, right?
It has dual heated seats. Yep, has the moonroof here.
Yeah, open the moonroof.
Okay, hang on. Oh, I haven't done that yet.
That's a sweet moonroof. That's fast.
I'm going to shut it because it's cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning. It's gorgeous. What else?
It's kind of hard because your iPad doesn't do it justice. I mean, it looks
right.
But I know that, I mean, this is my next car. Actually, I'm getting the QX60, which is the SUV, the three row.
Yep.
Basically looks the same. And, you know, at $325, mine will be about $10,000. It'll be about a $60,000 car. So it'll be $15,000 or so more. It's basically going to work out to about $400 something per month, which is way different than what everyone else is going to buy if they go into an Infiniti dealership and do it the traditional way.
Right, right.
Why don't you go back inside, because I'm cold looking at you cold.
Oh my God, it is so cold. Okay.
And don't forget to turn off your car.
Okay. Oh, don't worry. And then everything goes back. I love it when you get out.
Right. So it remembers your perfect position.
Yeah. And there are my Bose speakers.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm showing off. Yeah, it is cold, I'll tell you. Oh, sorry. Uh-oh. Shoot. You there?
Did you leave your dog in the car?
What's that?
Did you leave your dog in the car?
No, I locked it and it beat, you know, the car honks.
Yeah, that's to let you know that it's locked.
Right. Okay, we're going back in. No, I didn't lock my dog. There she is. Dixie. Okay.
All right, so now I want to get to the what some might say is not the most exciting parts of it, but I want to walk people through.
Okay.
I want to walk people through what we went through over the last couple.
Sure. Yep.
I'm going to pull up.
You there?
I am there. Are you there?
I'm there.
All right, so let's go through my notes, and I want you to tell me kind of what you were feeling when I talk about this.
Okay, sure.
So, you basically said that you're a realtor and a massage therapist, that you have a Volkswagen Passat.
Yep.
That you really liked. However, the fact that it's time to put snow tires on in the winter.
Yep.
I would like to lease this time. Things that are most important to me are high trade-in value, great control in the snow, large trunk, and a smooth ride. Is that too much to ask for? I would love to find something with no money down and stay between $250 and $300 a month, and then you left your phone.
Yep.
Do you feel that the car you just got fits the bill?
Yeah.
So it hits all the 4 points that you're looking to hit.
Absolutely. Yep, without a doubt.
I think that's the big problem that most people do. Like, I just saw another person on the forum who got into a BMW and he got lured into it by the low price, but he says he hates the car because it doesn't have a backup camera, it doesn't have remote start, it's missing a few things that you would think a BMW would have.
Yeah, sure.
Now, when you originally talked to me, you were looking for my suggestion on those 4 factors.
Yep.
And I recommended, do you remember what I recommended?
You recommended the Toyota RAV4.
Right. So now that you have this, what do you think about the Toyota?
Oh, yeah, it was a nice car, but no, not even close to this.
Right. And what's interesting is, in fact, let me read to you what one person wrote back.
Oh, yeah. This will be good.
So you wrote back to me 9 days ago. Just got a response from the dude at Toyota.
The dude.
That's what you wrote.
I know.
And for example, on the car below for $35,113 to reach your $288, that was kind of like the bid that we submitted to them.
Right, the 288, close to 300, just to
Right.
see.
Right.
Yep.
But we are also trying to include tax, so it would stay under 300.
Yep.
You wrote down that you would need to have, are you ready for this? A down payment of $6,300.
Yep.
Now, when you run the math on that, he's basically saying you have to pay $5,000 over sticker price to buy a car from him.
Right. Nice.
Now, what we didn't talk about at the beginning is the discount that we were able to get using the system.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what that discount was?
No.
Okay, so the car was $46,815. And if I remember right, you got your paperwork in front of you, right?
I do, yes.
So it was probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 35,000 or so. Is there a number?
36,660.
36,660?
Yep.
Okay, so if I take, I'm going to get my calculator out. 36,660 into 46,815 is a 22% discount.
Oh, is that all?
That's it. So instead of paying over sticker price, what the Toyota RAV guy wanted you to do, we were able to get $22% off the sticker price and lease the car at the same time.
Right.
Like I said before, there are two things that most people don't know about leasing a car. Actually, there's many more, but these are biggies. The first one is that you don't pay sticker price for a lease. You negotiate just as hard off the sticker price as you would off a purchase or a cash deal than you would with a lease. The other thing which you didn't know about, which I think you were quite surprised by, is that you can literally buy an Infiniti, a Toyota, whatever car you want. You can buy it in Hawaii.
Right.
Still have it serviced in your local hometown with the same package. In other words,
right.
If it's a 48,000 mile warranty, you get the same exact warranty that you would in Hawaii that you would get at your hometown. So if you bought it in Hawaii, trucked it over to you, it would be the same warranty. And that was a very big deal for you, right?
Yeah.
Like I asked you if you'd be willing to go to Chicago because that was one of the places, it was one of the pockets of the United States at the particular time that had the car that you have right now at the best price.
Right.
And would you be willing to take a little road trip? It would have taken you 4 hours to go there. And you said no.
Right.
And that's the other thing that we didn't talk about either. How many Toyota and how many Infiniti dealerships are in your town?
In Des Moines, Iowa, we have one Toyota dealership and one Infiniti
dealership.
Right.
So even this system works whether you have 1 or 100. You were able to take the best price, which came from Chicago. You went for a test drive.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to talk about the test drive in a moment.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. So you did the test drive, and you were able to get the general manager to call us like multiple times to beg us to match the price that was gotten in Chicago and to honor it locally for you.
Right. Yep. Exactly.
So let's talk about the test drive. I can't wait to talk about that.
Okay.
Feel free to tell any secrets that are in my system. I'm fine with that. So what did we do with the test drive?
Well, the test drive, I'll just say that you coached me. And so you said, set it up for at the end of the day, if possible, if they close at 8 o'clock at night, try to get out there a little after 7 so that they're ready to go. And you get in and you get out. The idea is to get in, get out, check, drive the car, but not sit there and listen to their spiel.
Right.
Right.
Now, in this case, we had to move fast because it was the last day of the incentive date.
Right. And I had to pull the trigger that day. I had to make a decision.
Right. So you couldn't go at night because that would have been bad timing.
Right.
But then you went with plan B.
Right.
And with plan B, you weren't, I think you went during the middle of the day.
I did, middle of the day.
And in order to make it so that they didn't hound you, which they always do after the test drive, what did you do?
I said, I have to be out of here. I think I said, I have to be out of here in 30 minutes. I can't remember what I said, 25, 30 minutes. And I pulled my iPhone out and I started the timer. I think it was 25 minutes. And I started it and I said, I have to be out of here. And he said, and I said, I'm not going to waste your time, you know, and I had my iPad with me. So I turned that around and I had the two cars that we had offers from in Chicago, one for $325 a month, the other one for $300 a month. And I just said, here are the deals that I've already worked out. You know, obviously I'd rather do business with you guys in town and be here, be locally. And if you can make this work, great. If not, I get it. And they're going to have to ship the car. I'm going to have to pay for shipping to have it shipped here. So, and immediately the guy's looking at it and then he's like, well, let me go talk to my manager and see if this is even possible. I don't think it is. And I'm like, okay. So he leaves and he's gone for a while. And then he comes back and asks me some more stuff. And then he's like, well, I don't know. And I can see the manager through the window and he's with some other people. And he went over and talked to the manager and he just kind of brushed him off. And so my alarm went off on my phone and I got up and I said, thank you for your time. You have my email, you have my phone number, and I have to make a decision today. And he's like, well, where are you going? And I said, I told you I had to leave. And the look on his face was priceless. And so I said, okay. And he's like, oh, okay. And so I leave. And then I think roughly in maybe 5 minutes or less, I had a phone call from the manager.
The general manager.
The general manager that was kind of taking his time, not wanting to talk to the salesman that I was talking to. So,
but you didn't get one call. I think you got two calls, right?
Two calls. Yep.
Like this guy was hot and heavy to make you happy.
Yep. And
he knew what the offer was, right?
Yes, he did.
So then I got on the phone with him.
Yep.
I literally, it was a 4 minute, it wasn't even a four, I would say the deal part took a minute.
Yep.
The 3 minutes, he was like, who are you? And I'm like, well, I'm helping her get this car. If you would have made that phone call, it would have lasted literally 2 minutes.
Right.
And the punchline was, he kept saying, we like people in our neighborhood, I think he said.
Could be.
Something like that.
We like to keep them here or local or
neighborhood or something, whatever. That's just pablum. It's nonsense. So I said, okay.
Right.
And I said, you know, she's ready to pull the trigger in Chicago, but if you want to do it, if you do it, you'll save her on the shipping costs. She'll do it right now.
Right.
He's like, great, consider it a deal. I'll have my salesman contact her, blah, blah, blah. We'll make it, have her send in a credit application. We'll make it happen.
Yep.
Minutes.
Yeah.
Not 5 hours.
No. It was quick.
And then tell us about the day, which was yesterday, that you picked up the car. Tell us about the whole day. Like you went there, what happened?
Well, Infiniti is an amazing company, I think. And I arrived, I had an appointment to come pick up my new car and they had it in the show, right in the front in this beautiful showroom with the lights on it and the name, this plaque with my name on it. Here's your car. And like, very cool. And went in and my salesperson introduced me to Bill, this other guy that helps show people their new cars and explains how to operate their new car. So he's like, this is going to take probably over an hour. It may be an hour and a half. And I'm like, okay. And so he starts showing me everything. And it really did take closer to an hour, or maybe an hour and 15 minutes. And then after he did all that, then my salesperson came back and got me and took me into the finance office and sat down and we started going over the paperwork that he had. And when we got to the payment, I said, now it's $325 total, right? There's nothing hidden there. He goes, nope, it's $325 a month. And okay, so I signed everything. And he said, I just need a check right now or a debit, payment for $505. That was the $325 plus the $180. and that was it. And then I drove off in my new car.
Right. So let's back up a little bit for those who might not understand that. In most situations, you had to put down a huge down payment. And by the way, never, ever, ever, anyone who's listening to this, if you're going to do this on your own, never lease and put down a down payment.
Right.
Anything you want to put down a security deposit. There's a bunch of reasons why. I won't get into it because we're short on time, but never put a single penny down as a down payment, put it down as a security deposit. Then they have dealer fees, which are complete nonsense. That's just pure profit. Then they have destination charges and this charge and that charge. We don't care what they call the charge. We said, we want to be at $325 for 39 months. Period. Can you do it?
Yeah.
The only extra thing that she paid for was $180 for the tags.
Yeah.
And what happens on a lease is you always like if you buy a car, you get 45 days to start paying for the car. Leasing is different. You're prepaying your first month ahead of time. So she's literally prepaid her entire first month by paying the $325 plus the $180, which brought you to the $505, right?
Correct.
After that, there's nothing else. There's no surprises. But let's talk about that, about why leasing is amazing. It's one of the most overlooked ways of leveraging money out there. Car dealers like to make leasing confusing. In fact, before this recording that we did, Kim was like, where do I find the MSRP? Where do I find this? Where do I find that? They make it purposely confusing. If we're confused, then we make bad business decisions. And this is a business decision.
Correct. Yeah, definitely.
So what's going to happen is Kim is going to lease for life. Because you take $325, and you take $325 times 39 months, that's $12,675. Let me write that down. $12,675. That is a guaranteed. Kim knows exactly the cost of ownership of the car. Now, you don't own the car because it's a lease, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Tell everyone who's watching this what freebies you get when you lease the car. Do you remember?
Well, I get free oil changes.
Yep.
Free tire rotation.
You also get a free, we didn't talk about this. You also get a free courtesy car too, right?
Yeah. Well, no, it's $10. If I need, you mean if I need to leave my car and have it serviced?
Yeah. Oh, wow. They charge $10, huh?
Well, they charge $10, but if I have it for one day, it's $10 for that. If I have it for 2 weeks, it's $10 total. I mean, it's just, you pay one time $10.
That's interesting because the Infiniti dealer at us, even if there's an oil change, they literally have no waiting room. They literally come, take a loaner car, they drop it off, they take my car, they bring it back, they do the service, and then they swap it out again. So you're always in an Infiniti. There's never any downtime. There's never any waiting.
That's cool.
It's great. This is the first time I've heard that you have to pay $10 for that service.
Yeah, I said that's kind of stupid, is what I told my sales. I go, that's pretty stupid.
But you know what? For $10 to get another Infiniti for the day, it's
not a big deal to me.
So everything, literally, the only thing that you have to pay for during the lease, and this is very important, by the way, is windshield wiper fluid and windshield wiper replacements.
Yep.
Because you are timing it so that you're going to turn your lease in when everything is going to start to flake out. When your tires need to be replaced, you're going to turn it in. Actually, you're going to turn it in before 39 months. In my system, I talk about that. You're not going to have to worry about any, 64,000 mile service because you'll have the lease turned in way before that.
Sure.
The only thing that you have to worry about, again, beyond the oil change, which will be complete by Infiniti, is this windshield wiper fluid and windshield wiper replacements. That's it.
Right.
So if I take $12,675 and I multiply that times 3, that's $38,025. That is less than the $46,000 for the car. Yeah. So if you were to buy the car and drive it into the ground, that basically means you'd have to go about 12 years for the numbers to match what getting 3 new lease cars. If you got the same deal, which you will definitely get that deal again. You're literally driving 3 new cars for the same price as one.
Wow, that's cool.
Right. Amazing.
And yeah, and one of the reasons, if I can go back, when you asked me if I'd want to drive to Chicago to pick up a new car, I said no, because I didn't know if my Passat would make it there.
Right.
And so that's another super cool reason to lease, because it's always going to be taken care of. I never have to worry that it's going to break down, or you know what I mean?
That's right. Talk about the when you said it was fun. Now, it wasn't always fun because there were up and downs throughout the entire 14 days. Was there anything that made you go, oh, you know, this isn't going to work out? Maybe I made a mistake? Or...
No, not really. I mean, in my way of thinking though, too, is if it didn't work out, it wasn't supposed to work out. But I thought it was a lot of fun, and definitely learned a ton about the car business and how things operate, how they operate and stuff. So no, I never worried especially after you started talking to me, and I realized this wasn't a scam, and it was actually going to happen. I'm like, oh, this is so much fun.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it was super cool.
So let's finish this up and talk about the funnest part, if that's a word. If it's not, I just made it up.
That's okay.
The last exactly 24 hours. It's been exactly.
Yep. Oh,
how has the last 24 hours been?
Oh, amazing. I mean, honestly, after I got the car and I called one of my brothers to see if he was home, and because I wanted to swing by and show him my new car, and he wasn't. And so I'm driving, and because of where you can talk on the phone through your car,
right.
I had never had that. I'm calling all these people and talking, and I drove and drove and drove. I don't even know where I went. I mean, I don't even remember, because I was so like, ugh. And then, a friend of mine, I had her dog over at my house. So there's feedback now.
Is it still feedbacky?
Yeah.
How about now?
Nope. Yep.
I don't know what to do, because this happens from time to time. Is there feedback with my voice?
No.
But with yours?
Yes.
Why don't you, is there an option to mute yourself? And then unmute yourself.
Let me try it. Let's see. Nope.
Not better?
Doing it. No.
Okay, so here's what I'll do. I will try my best to remember some of the things that you told me, and then you can just give me that. Sure. So basically, you said that you drove around. You told me about your dentist who couldn't believe that you were going to be able to get such a great price on the car.
Yep.
Did you swing by your dentist?
I didn't. I called him, and he wasn't home.
Right. You also told me that you posted this on Facebook and you had like 120 likes or something like that.
No, 165.
165.
Yeah.
Must be nice. Well,
yes.
I'm going to put an end to this right now. This is Google telling us that we've been probably talking too long. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Underneath this video will be a link to where you can get the system. Right now, the system is $99. That will probably increase once I get everything done. Right now, there's still a little bit of dust involved in. Hey, Kim, I'm going to turn you off because there's tons of feedback. And I'm going to call you back. I'll call you back on the phone once I'm done.
Okay.
Probably about 5 minutes.
Yep. Okay.
Bye. Okay, there she goes. So yes, you can go get it. It's $99. Actually, when Kim signed up, I had it where it was $99 plus 10% of the savings. Now, in this case, it would have been 20%, 22% minus 7%, because anyone can go into a dealership and get a car, whether you lease it or buy it, for about 7% off the sticker price, which they say is the invoice price. That's just nonsense. And a lot of people don't know this, but most car dealers buy their cars at 50%, right? Half the price of what they're selling it at sticker price. So there's a lot of room. Clearly, there's a lot of room to negotiate. And this, if we're getting 22% off, clearly they're not losing money in our deal. They're going to make it seem like, oh, if it's more than 7% off invoice, that we're losing money. That's just nonsense. There's 50% in the deal. They also make money off the financing. They make money off the service. In our case, with my system, they never make money off the service with us because we're turning the car back in. We're actually selling the car back. That's the key. You got to sell back the car to the dealership. When you pick the right car, you're going to sell it back to the dealership, and there's something called equity. And that equity is extra money that's been paid into the car that we will actually get back. In fact, one thing that we didn't talk about with Kim is I showed her how to go to CarMax with her junker. Literally, it was a Passat that was basically, she was worried it wouldn't even make it in an hour to another dealership. And she brought it to CarMax, and they gave her, made her $1,000 offer on the car. Now, the black book value on that car was about $300, which means they were literally going to junk the car. $300 means it's going to go into the crusher. So they gave her $1,000. One thing that Kim didn't do, because we ran out of time, is most CarMaxes have competitors that literally plant themselves in buildings right next to CarMax. And they usually have the guy in the chicken suit who's like, hey, bring us your best CarMax offer and we'll beat it. So she could have literally gone to one of those, probably got $1,200 for it. And then when she got the car from the dealer is like, hey, do you have a car that you're trading in? And she's like, no, I'm just going to go sell it to CarMax. And he's like, well, we're really interested in buying your car. And the reason they're interested in buying the car is because they can somehow unload it and make a profit off of it. Maybe they can fix up the car and they can turn it on their used car lot and sell it for $5,000. Anyway, all this stuff is explained in my kit. It's called the KTL, which stands for knowledge, timing, and logic. When you have the knowledge and you use the right timing and you don't get emotional about car buying, but you stay logical about it, you're going to be able to get, just like Kim did, a $46,815 car for what would normally lease for $500 a month. She got it for almost half the price, $325 a month, including taxes, and only $180 down. So once again, there's going to be a link below this video somewhere. Click on that link and you can get access to my system. Over and out. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you soon.